Hello everyone, I all hope you had a very wonderful, great morning and a very blessed morning indeed, guys. As you can see, guys, today the weather today is very quietly cloudy and very quietly cold. There might also be a little bit of rain and drizzle as well along with it as well. Regardless of that, guys, I'm superly grateful for your support in watching and in viewing my episodes from TikTok and from shorts and from long videos as well, and from long videos as well of YouTube and as well from shorts as well. And from those of you who are also subscribing, I'm truly grateful, guys, for your support and for everything else that you guys are actually doing by watching and viewing my entire channel from TikTok and from shorts and from long videos as well. May you have a blessed, great day and a very wonderful day. And from those of you who are also subscribing, it truly means a lot to me. Have a blessed, wonderful day and a great, wonderful week as well. Truly means so much to me. Take care of yourself and be very happy and be very happy and stay blessed and stay true to yourself and be very happy and stay safe and have a wonderful, great, blessed week. On today's episode, we're to speak about the Power King, who is a superhero and a member of the United Heroes who maintain the sacred peace and the sacred balance of the sacred universe and of the sacred universe and of the sacred world and of planet Earth and of planet Earth and of planet Earth and of humanity and of humanity as well and of the known universe as well. The Power King believes in the United Heroes goals and in their mission to maintaining sacred peace and sacred balance and harmony to the known universe and to planet Earth and to the rest of mankind as well, and especially to the sacred world and to the sacred universe. He's a very loyal member of the United Heroes and a very great ruler of the Power Kingdom, which has been ruling it for many years and for many centuries, and a very formidable superhero as well, who's well devoted to protecting his people and the rest of his kind from being exterminated and from being extinct by the great forces of evil, which he frequently actually clashes with, since he's a member of the United Heroes as well. So let's begin. In the Power Kings previous early lives during the many centuries, he remains the sole ruler of the Power Kingdom, which is quietly hidden in its sacred universes, worlds, and planets where he can easily protect. Where he can easily protect his people and the rest of his kind, who are very powerful and very powerful genetic creatures and beings granted with the powers of great immortality, and great stamina and great long gravity, which are known to be hybrid creatures and beings of alien races, which have able to existed and lived throughout the sacred universe for many centuries and for many years as well. During much of that time, the Power King has been very preserved, a very highly observant superhero, able to dedicating his superpowers to protecting his people and the rest of his races from the mysterious forces of evil, such as the Dark Druids, the Dark Witches, and the Dark Faithful, and the evil vampires and the evil vampire factions, who are the mysterious followers of the Vampire King and of the original Dark Vampire founder, of the original Dark Sacred Vampire founder as well. And he's willing to take drastic actions and measures to make sure that his people's well-being and his home planet and the rest of his nation is well protected, and the rest of the other sacred worlds as well. During which in those times, within those centuries, the Power King and the rest of his people managed to exactly spread their resources, by sharing the unique resources with the Four Nation Hunters, in order to help the Four Nation Hunters achieve their goal and their common interest to maintaining sacred peace and sacred balance and relations to the supernatural community and to the alien community and to the superhuman community as well, in order to restore peace within those communities as well. During which in those times, the forces of evil began secretly began converging above the Power King's home planet, above the Power King's home planet, home world, were the beginning of full invasion of his home world, where a powerful group of dark wizards and dark druids banded together in order to rule and conquer the Power King's home planet. The Power King exactly was forced to fight against these mysterious magical foes of great power, which he actually did as well. He fought against them and he triumphed, and he literally triumphed against them and was able to overcome the enemy's dark magic powers and the abilities, despite them able to combine their dark magic powers and their abilities as well. In the process, the Power King still triumphed against them, and he remained victorious as well. As the people within his kingdom and his within his home planet realizes that the sacred universe and the sacred world was quietly under fire and heavily under fire and heavily under attack by mysterious forces of evil, the Power King decided it's best that he take drastic measures in turns, as he decided to inform his people that there are serious sinister threats of the sacred universe and of the sacred world that are quietly highly active and are willing to do whatever it takes to seize power and control over the sacred universe and over the sacred world by any means necessary. Regardless of that, the people of the Power Kingdom and of the Power Kingdom still stood beside the Power King, stated to him that he must protect the other worlds and the other civilization, as they are all stronger and highly invincible altogether, if they can share the resources with the Four Nation Hunters, to utilizing the resources with the Four Nation Hunters in order to make sure that they win the sacred war and the other conflicts of the wars that have been manipulated by powerful, mysterious forces of evil that have been manipulated by powerful, serious forces of evil in the turn of the mysterious of the events. And the Power King was very pleased to see that his people have his back and that he actually has the actual support in his work and in his mission. And he decided in order to participate with the Four Nation Hunters, to aiding them on their respective missions and their sole objectivity in protecting the sacred universe and the sacred world as well. Over time, throughout the years, the Power King continues supplying the Four Nation Hunters with these unlimited powerful resources in order to aid the Four Nation Hunters to removing the monsters of the dark dimension, to literally removing the monsters of the dark dimension out of the sacred universe and out of the mortal plane for good this time, which in turns out the Four Nation Hunters gratefully succeeded with a great work and with a great missions as well, by banishing the monsters of the dark dimension. During within the early years, the Power King was quietly approached by Four, who is the founder and leader of the Four Nation Hunters, and also a founder and leader of the United Heroes as well. Four exactly told the Power King that he might need his actual assistance. He might need his actual assistance and his sole partnership to joining his secret organization known as the United Heroes, with the dedication and with the sole job of protecting mankind and maintaining sacred peace and sacred balance and sacred harmony towards the sacred universe, planet Earth, the sacred universe, planet Earth, and the sacred world, and the known universe as well in the process. Regardless of that, the Power King gladly accepted the great proposal, realizing that he could also become a greater member by serving his higher purpose and his higher calling, and he can actually find his true purpose in his higher calling. And he shook hands with Four and told him here on out that he's officially a member of the United Heroes as well. Throughout the years, the United Heroes managed to fight evil alien warlords and powerful alien creatures and beings and monsters that were not exactly from the solar system. Some actually came from other worlds and other distant planets, which they continue to actually fight against them. With the Power King's greatest forbidden powers and magic, the United Heroes completely triumphed, and it was because of them working together as a team of superheroes they made themselves very powerful and very, very dangerous and very, very deadly combo of superheroes as well, which the Power King began to realize is that he didn't just exactly join up a greater cause to fulfill his higher calling or his higher purpose, that he joined up for the greater good of his people, and for the greater good of his people and his home world, and for the rest of humanity, to protecting and maintaining sacred peace and sacred balance and sacred peace and sacred balance and harmony towards the sacred universe and towards the sacred world and towards the known universe as well, which is what he was able to conclude. And he viewed the United Heroes as brothers and sisters and as great great colleagues of his own, as he was able to actually view them as brothers and sisters in order to actually join forces with them, since they all share the common interests and a common goal as well. Regardless of that, throughout the years, the United Heroes managed to save humanity countless of times from evil alien creatures and monsters and beings, and the Power King was very happy to literally remark on such an adventurous journey across the solar system, and also especially within planet Earth, within planet Earth's region, within planet Earth's regional, within planet Earth's regional, within planet Earth's region, and within the close proximity of the solar system, which his people began to view him as a great superhero and as a great powerful king, and as a very great king who was actually destined to become a superhero as well. On the 15th of January, the Power King was quietly present when Thor exactly spoke with the members of the United Heroes on one of the bases of the Universal Heroes. They were able to exactly speaking about the matters that they have to actually find a way in order to secretly still protect humanity and all of mankind from the other sinister threats and the other powerful, dangerous criminals. And the Power King completely agreed forth that they have to take drastic actions and measures to make sure that mankind is heavily safe and heavily protected from all dangerous obstacles and from all evil forces that are literally beginning to converge and literally secretly beginning to plot the downfall of humanity as well in the process. On the actual 20th of February, the Power King exactly returned back to his home world and to his home planet, where the council of his home people exactly welcomed him with great honor and with great community, since he's been traveling the sacred universe and the known universe, for many years. And the council exactly told the Power King that they're very grateful, and they heard stories about his great heroics across the sacred worlds, rumors and whispers about his great heroics, and they're very grateful to him, for his great heroics and his great works in saving humanity and in maintaining sacred peace and sacred balance and sacred harmony towards the sacred world and towards humanity and mankind, which his people were also able to benefit by getting more resources and more help and more assistance from all the other alien races and all the other alien races and empires and powerful magical creatures and beings who are also able to assist them with their respective objectivity and with their common interests as well. And the Power King was very proud and very happy to realize that his people have also decided to become a beacon of light and not to become a beacon of darkness, rather to combine their great resources in order to aid the United Heroes on their respective goals and mission and as well. On the 15th of March, when the order of the five has really taken sole control of the central headquarters of the United Heroes bases of operation on that day, and when the leaders of the Order of the Five exactly explain their motives, the Power King and the other members of the United Heroes are fully under their sole control and under their dominion, which were forced to taking violent actions against their allies, which they actually did. The Power King and the other rest of the United Heroes exactly fought up against the Four Nation Hunter allies on the other worlds and other civilization until the Universal Heroes exactly arrived just in the nick of time to stop the turmoil and the war that the Order of the Five has mysteriously caused. And the Power King realizes that the damage has already been done and that everything else has to take its rightful place for the sole punishment of their crimes against the sacred oath and against the sacred universe's greatest protectors and its heroes as well in the process. On the 25th of April, the Power King was quietly present with the members of the United Heroes when they met up with the Universal Heroes in the bases of operation, where Universal Man exactly told them that the Order of the Five used the flinching chaos against them, and that Lord Clay and the other sinister organization took advantage of that chaos in order to further their own plans and their own goals, in order to exploit their own plans and their own goals, which they systematically did. regardless of that, 4 exactly told Grayson that the only way for them to change the directive incentive of this chaos is for them to actually redirect it from a different angle that can never be exactly be used, or rather to be exploited against them. Despite that, all they saw was Mr. Show exactly putting on a good, friendly show, stated to the public that the United Heroes are nothing else but wanted psychopathic criminals on the planet, which have violated the great sacred law and the sacred law and bounds of man, which are supposed to be not to be trusted heroes or trusted allies to humanity as well. Regardless of that, the Power King became very quietly hesitated as he realizes that the United Heroes must fix the damage that they've actually caused, and they must they must take drastic actions to restoring their great image and the great publicity back to the public and to the rest of the sacred universe in the process as well. On the 29th of May, the Power King exactly met up with 4 on the central headquarters of the United Heroes basis of operation, which was an asteroid base, where they were able to speak in private in a conference room. And the Power King exactly told 4 that he believes in the United Heroes goals, mission, and sole purpose, and he's willing to make sure that those goals and mission actually literally take place, no matter what threats or foes are actually make in order for them to fight, and they have to take down their greatest enemies and any obstacle that there stands in their way. 4 quietly agreed with the Power King that they do share common interest in taking down their common enemies and their foes, and all of them one after the other. But the only for them to do that is to go straight to the Universal Council and tell them exactly what's happening. And the Power King relentlessly agreed with 4, then that is exactly what they should do as well. On the 20th of May, the Power King exactly returned to his home planet, telling his people that he'll be going straightly into a very, very secretive voyage in order to speak with the Universal Council against these crimes against the 4 Nation Hunters and against the rest of the galaxy, which has managed to turn all the other alien races and empires and magical creatures against them. Despite that, the Power King's people still stood by his side and told him that the people of the Power Kingdom still remain by your side and will forever support you and stand by you, and that they don't believe the actions you have quietly taken were not exactly your own actions, that you're fully under the influence of the enemy's control, and that you're willing, that you're actually forced to doing their bidding and their own dark actions and their bids and their own dark actions and their deeds. Despite that, the people of the Power Kingdom and the people of the Power Kingdom and of the Power King's home planet still stood by his side and by the United Heroes, as they reassured them that they will forever remain allies and that they'll stand by his side no matter what. And the Power King was very relieved in order to see that he still has gained his people's trust and their loyalty as well in the process. On the 15th of June, the members of the United Heroes exactly explained their actions to the Universal Council, which they were on another alien world that was quietly on the far fringes of the sacred universe, and also in a known universe where it harbors about 15 moons, where it harbors about 15 moons and many other planets across it. And it's a very, very, very intergalactic planet and world that harbors sinister criminals and alien criminals and powerful warlords and dangerous alien warlords and powerful gang alien warlords and very, very robotic creatures and android that all live in harmony. And the Universal Console is one of the most powerful consoles, one of the most ancient consoles that exactly speaks the truth about the entire universe's ways and its laws and its traditions and all of that, where they make the big decision to actually make sure that the entire sacred universe and the entire known universe knows that justice will always be served in its right proximable way, and it will always be made example by those who break the sacred law and the justice law by any means necessary. And their central headquarters is their home respective worlds, which is within the court system of the sacred universe as well. The United Heroes exactly stood in front of the Universal Council as they exactly explained the actions about the actions that they actually took, that stating to them that they were under the control and under the influence of a powerful, formidable, immortal criminals and super villains who are actually using them for their own gain and everything else in order for them to benefit for the chaos as well. But the Power King also remained quietly silent among the other members of the United Heroes as they all realized that they were gratefully set up by the most powerful forces of evil who were literally planning and secretly planning their own sinister goals in the actual attempt to furthering their ultimate goals and the ultimate plans in the actual fierces of the conflicts that they managed to actually create and cause as well in the actual aftermath of the attack. The Universal Council exactly listened to the heroes explaining, but the other jury and the other members exactly decided not to believe the United Heroes as exactly view them as threats, as they actually view them as threats, and rather not as peacekeepers, rather to not exactly believe them for their word. They told the United Heroes that they must do something in order to actually make them believe them on what's exactly happening and what's exactly been going on for the many years and for the past few centuries that the Universal Council has never been informed of. And the other members of the United Heroes decided to relay the real matters and what exactly has been going on within the sacred universe and within the sacred world itself, that they're dangerous and powerful forces of evil that are highly at work with powerful dark intentions of their own in order to further their plans and their own goals for controlling the sacred universe and the sacred world, so that they can become and remain the sole rulers of the dominant, so that they can also remain the sole rulers of the entire cosmos. Regardless of that, the other member of the Universal Council started to believe, or the other members of the Universal Council, they don't exactly believe the United Heroes until they had further proof of that. On the 25th of July, the Universal Council quietly decided to make its share vote, as they all came to agreement that the United Heroes are nothing but a threat and that they are finally banned as criminals as well. Before they were quietly able to decide the final verdict, the members of the Universal Heroes quietly showed up and told the Universal Council that the United Heroes were gratefully literally set up by the Order of the Five and by the most dangerous, powerful, ancient criminals who are willing to wreak havoc across the sacred universe and across the known universe as well. Regardless of that, the members of the Universal Council decided to make the decision as Warboy began to explain to the Universal Council that there are many ways in order to form justice across the known worlds and across the known planets of the sacred universe and across the rest of the known universe as well. As the other members of the Universal Council started to believe in the Universal Heroes' words, they decided to actually release the United Heroes from the imprisonment and exactly decided not to brand them as criminals, rather to brand them as superheroes as they were proclaimed as well. On the 26th of July, the members of the United Heroes actually took a walk across the entire alien civilization homeworld, which is quietly the central headquarters of the Universal Council's homeworld and planet, where they actually made the decision until a holographic message of the Dark King exactly threatening every alien and every warlord, telling them that the entire sacred universe and the sacred world and planet Earth is off limits to all incursions or invasions. Otherwise, without this warning, as he delivered the warning, he told them that any result of breaching this warning will be faced with drastic actions and measures, and it will result in their own demise of their own fault in not listening. 2 minutes later, a huge fleet of battle cruisers and ships and a huge fleet of battle cruisers and airship fleet flew across the entire alien planets of all the other worlds, as the Power King realizes that the members of the Founders and of the Order of the Five are now literally highly evolving their plans, and are literally adapting to their new schemes and tactics as well. On the 25th of August, the members of the United Heroes exactly held up a conference within the central headquarters, within the central headquarters of their bases of operation, which was an asteroid base, where they all began able to speaking about the chaos within the Shadow Empire and the turmoil within the Shadow Empire, as they all began to realize that the forces of evil and the Shadow Empire warlords are still wreaking havoc, and the superhuman races and all the other races are fighting a war amongst themselves, and the ancient forces of evil are starting to literally plotting their downfall against them in the full secrecy of the shadows. Regardless of that, Power King began to agree with the other members of the United Heroes that they must take a different turning and approach, and that the only for them to do so is for them to actually split up their resources in order for them to protect the other worlds and the other planets, while the others will remain here within the solar system to protecting Earth and humanity, while the others go across the sacred universe in order to protecting the other worlds and planets and civilization from being under attack by evil forces, by the sinister forces of evil. As they all came to agreement with that, they all exactly accepted their choices, and they decided to split up in teams of 2 groups, while the other groups of United Heroes would go on sacred space mission far from the solar system and by entering the sacred universe, while the others will remain within the solar system of Earth, whether we actually were technically whether we actually be able to fight the forces of evil on the side of the universe in order for them to make sure that they still have humanity's trust and beliefs within them as well. On the 15th of September, the Power King and the other members of the United Heroes exactly arrived on the other alien worlds and planets, as they discover that the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders have completely conquered it and have decided to fearlessly liberated from the control of the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders, and they're able to take them down altogether. And the Power King seriously exactly protected the other alien creatures and the other alien civilization, as he completely able to do a very much of a greater good job, where showing the aliens and the other civilization that the United Heroes still have their back and they still always will protect them as well. Despite that, the other aliens don't exactly trust the United Heroes after what's been happening for past several years since their previous attack, as they all just walked away from them, and the others exactly reassured them that they still have their trust and they still have they hope as well, and they believe in them as well. On the 29th of October, the Power King and the other members of the United Heroes exactly held up a holographic meeting within their spaceship with the other members of the United Heroes, and exactly told them that their mission has to actually take a different approach in order for them to turn the tide of the sacred conflict, and in order for them to turn the tide of the sacred galactic war, to bring inspiration and great inspiration and positivity to the sacred universe and all to the other alien worlds, and that the other aliens and civilizations don't exactly trust them. They must find a way in order to regain their trust and also their beliefs and hope as well, as they all came to agree that they must do something in order to prove themselves again to the other alien civilizations, to the superhumans, supernaturals, and to the other Formation Hunter allies of the Intergalactic Coalition, which they all came to agree on that as well. On the 29th of November, the Power King exactly returned back to his home world, meaning to his home world, or other his home planet, back to the Power Kingdom, where he went to the sacred archives to study more about the mysterious ancient dark deity, King of Darkness, who was rumored to be a nothing legendary, dark mythical myth towards sacred history's greatest magical, darkest, and powerful creatures of all, who has been granted the greatest power and the ability of manipulating darkness and shadow magic and all shadow energy at will as well, which he's been able to conjure within himself as well. Regardless of that, the Power King came to believe that the King of Darkness is still actively alive, and that he will soon return to thrust the sacred universe and the sacred world into further darkness, into further damnation, in order for him to remain the sole ruler of the sacred universe and of the sacred world's forest and of the sacred world's enchanted forest and all the magical worlds and planet, which means he needs to inform the other members of the United Heroes as well. On the 15th of December, the Power King exactly remained with the members of the United Heroes, as he was able to exactly inform them when he met up with them when he met up with them within his sacred chambers, and exactly told them that the King of Darkness is still actively alive, and that they must do something before he can actually return to literally undo the hard working and everything else that the heroes have managed to successfully commit themselves into. The other members of the United Heroes completely agreed with the Power King. That is exactly what they've been focusing on in order to changing the tide of the sacred war, to change the tide of the sacred war in order to fight the force of evil against their own firepower, which has been their sole objective to maintaining sacred peace and sacred balance as well. On the 25th of January, the members of the United Heroes held up a video conference with the rest of the public of humanity, and all the members of the United Heroes were quietly present within the hall of sacred heroes, within the hall of heroes, within the hall of heroes, which is one of the bases, which is one of the greatest museums where they have trophies and where they have ancient powerful trophies of defeated alien creatures and monsters and all of that. And the Power King was quietly present as the other members of the United Heroes explained to the public that all they've been doing is for them to preserving and maintaining sacred peace and balance and harmony towards mankind and towards the rest of humanity. As the other heroes, as the other humans of mankind seem very much quietly reassured, they all begin asking questions, and the other heroes quietly flew up, and the others entered the hall, while the others exactly stayed outside. The Power King was very quietly pleased to meet the world heroes, as he told them he's very, very quietly proud and very, very happy of the courageous work in spreading positivity towards the sacred worlds, planets, and worlds, and especially to humanity and to the superhuman races and to the other alien and supernatural races. And the world heroes were very quietly proud and very pleased to hear the Power King quietly, gratefully believing in them and also entrusting them with their mission and with their goal, as they realize that that's exactly what they want as well. On the 15th of February, the Power King was quietly meditating within his sacred chambers of his kingdom, where he was previously exactly meditating in order to exactly think of a way to fighting these ancient threats and these ancient forces, as he came to believe that they are the source of all this chaos and all this madness, in order to literally strip them of their powers and of their abilities. But the only for them to actually do that is for them to strip them of their influence and of their control over many worlds and over many planets. And the only for them to do that is to start fighting the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders by slowing down the progress of their planning and of their goals in the process as well, which could further neutralize their goals and their plans before they successfully bear fruit in the long term, as he was able to come up with a genius idea as well. On the 29th of March, the Power King met up with the members of the United Heroes on the central headquarters of the bases of operation within the asteroid base, and exactly told them that he has a smart idea, as they all exactly decided it's best to combine the ideas and the efforts in order to change the tide and taking the war straightly towards Mr. X and towards the other force of evil, when they've just come up with a very much of a genius plan to win the sacred war once and for all. Despite this, guys, the Power King is a very determined king, a very, very, very loving and compassionate king, and very, very trustworthy king who loves his people and the rest of his home world 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 and his home planet, willing to go to extremes to protecting it, willing to go to such extremes to protecting it and make sure that it stays safe, and also by spreading light and compassion towards the sacred universe's known worlds and planets and civilization. He's a member of the United Heroes who maintain sacred peace and sacred balance towards the sacred universe, and towards the sacred world and towards the known universe and to planet Earth and to humanity as well. In a process, he literally believes in the goals that the United Heroes have quietly set, and is willing to make sure that those goals definitely exactly bear fruit. He learns quietly one important thing, that a superhero doesn't actually need superpowers when he's actually a hero with a good heart and with a very, very quietly brave, honorable face in order to fight the forces of evil, as he was able to realize that from himself. Despite him having supernatural powers, he's very committed to his mission and to his job and very determined. He views the members of the United Heroes as great brothers and sisters and as great colleagues, and is willing to team up with them and joining forces with them in fighting sinister forces and sinister threats of the sacred world and of the ones that come from planet Earth and of the ones that come from planet Earth and of the ones that come from the known universe as well. In the process, he's very, very trustworthy and very, very determined and very, very loving and compassionate and truly truly loves his people and the rest of the known worlds, and is willing to help the United Heroes restore relations back to humanity and to the superhumans and to the aliens and to the supernatural races as well, as long as these people can live peacefully with the other races, with the other sacred races of the sacred world, or with the other sacred races of the sacred world and of the sacred universe. He will be very quietly satisfied in peace, that there is gratefully peace and prosperity among the sacred universe. Regardless of that, he views the universal heroes and the world heroes and the universal defending heroes and the universal founders and the universal magic heroes as great students, and as young nieces and nephews, and is willing to go through such extremes to protect them and to support them on their goals of interest of spreading hope and great positivity towards the sacred universe and towards the sacred world as well. He's a very loving king, very loving king, and a superhero, and very trustworthy, unique, very compassionate, very quietly sympathetic as well. He's very sympathetic, and he also shares sympathies of other worlds and planets being destroyed, as he quietly saw many worlds and planets being destroyed by the greater forces of evil, as he decided, in order to help the heroes prevent the same destruction towards many worlds and planets and civilization from being successfully destroyed by the greatest and most powerful force of evil. And since he's a member of the United Heroes, he frequently clashes with an ancient secret criminal organization known as the Founders, who I previously told you about, have the sole goal and interest of remaining the sole rulers of the cosmos and of humanity as well. In the process, he secretly clashes with the Founders, frequently clashes with them, as in literally frequently clashes with them on different fronts of the sacred universe, and of the sacred world, especially within planet Earth, by fighting the operatives of an evil ancient secret society, of an evil ancient secret society group of supervillains that is willing to ensure that there is chaos and destruction among the sacred universe and among humanity as well, as long as they remain the sole rulers of mankind and of the cosmos as well. Despite this, the Power King is a very determined king, willing to prevent chaos and destruction from all worlds and from all planets, especially from the solar system as well. Due to his long gravity and due to his immortality rate, he is willing to go to such extreme measures to make sure that mankind and the rest of humanity remain safe and protected from all ancient threats and from all ancient forces of evil, which are trying to use their powers and their greatest ability to regain control over the sacred universe and over the sacred world as well. He's a very powerful king, a very loving, compassionate, very optimistic, very trustworthy, unique, and very special, with great unique special abilities and powers such as super strength, super speed, super hearing, super sight, able to see things in a very far close, super sensory perception, can sense things and creatures in a very far distance as well, and also with the power of regenerative healing, and the power of great light teleportation, and with the power of using light magic and light energy at will in order to mysteriously heal the other worlds and planets as well at will, which has also been granted of as well, and the power of convergence, and the power of using a powerful magical light trident to fight against the forces of evil as well, and the power of summoning and the power of converging energy into magic by combining his power and his magic with Dr. Magic Man, or whatever he calls himself, who's also a member of the United Heroes as well, which they combine their magical abilities and their powers in order to fight up against the most powerful forces of evil throughout the sacred universe as well. Despite this, the Power King is very loving, and his entire people are very special beings and special creatures and special beings with great powers and with great abilities of healing worlds and giving life to planets and civilization, and also to restoring life to many worlds and to many civilization, and also with the greatest resources of all resources, of sharing them and utilizing them to their allies, to the Formation Hunters, and to the Universal Heroes as well, which they believe in peace and in coexistence. And the Power King believes in becoming a beacon of light and a beacon of hope towards the other known worlds of the sacred universe and of the sacred world as well. In the process, he maintains his usual bases of operation as well as his central headquarters, which he uses the United Heroes central headquarters as well as the asteroid bases in order for him to actually focus and keep a low-key mind, in order to actually come up with a strategy, or a very wiser wiser strategy and ideas in order to help the universe, in order to help the United Heroes come up with ideas and very grateful, wiseful plan, as well as his kingdom. He uses it as his base of operation. His home planet is his basis of operations, as well as his central headquarters, and to actually focus and convene with these allies and with these people and with the members so that they can discuss their plans in full secrecy and privacy, so that they can exactly share their plans and their ideas on how to save the sacred universe and the rest of humanity and the sacred world in that process as well. Regardless of that, the Power King is extremely a wiser super strategist and a wiser tactician, as he's too smart and very 12th level intellect and a very intelligent king of a superhero, as he knows that his greatest enemies is the Dark King and Dark Grey, the members of the Founders, the Universal Prince, Red Bolt, the new Lord of Magic, Lord Clay, the new Lord of Magic and Lord Clay, and also the Star Prince and the members of the Dark Star and the Shadow Empire, Warlords and the Shadow Empire itself, and Ghost Master and Golden Knight, and the members of the Order of the Five and the members of the Order of the Six, which have been frequently clashing with those ancient sinister supervillains and the organization and the elite shadowy and the elite in the ancient elite shadowy organization, which have been frequently clashing and fighting each other for years and for centuries to come as well, for their common interests and for their common goals as well. Regardless of that, the Power King is very, very loving and very kind and very compassionate, smart and very, very genius. Very, very smart and very, very genius and very 12th level intellect, extremely intelligent, super strategist and a super tactician, very, very loyal to the United Heroes and to his people and to his home world, as he knows that there are spies and moles within his home kingdom and is willing, in order not to kill them, rather to make an offer and a deal with them, since they are also associated with the most powerful, dangerous, super criminals of the sacred universe. And he knows that the Dark Druids and the Dark Wizards and the Dark Witches and the Dark Faithful and the Dark Witches and the Dark Faithful and the Dark Witches and the Dark Faithful and the Dark Seekers and the Dark and the second pose of greater enormous threats to the sacred magic universe and to the known worlds and to the magical worlds and to the sacred magic dimension and to the other magical dimensions of the sacred universe, which is willing to stop them and prevent them before their plans can successfully bear fruit. His greatest and most powerful, longest and most dangerous arch nemesis and enemy of the Power King is after all Silverface, which he quietly despises and quietly hates. He knows that Silverface is a very smart super strategist and a tactician and a very immortal supervillain with the Silver Knight, and he quietly is willing to do whatever it takes to stop them and prevent them before their goals can successfully bear fruit. He knows that they are powerful new. He knows that Silverface is a new member of an ancient group of supervillains known as the Founders, and he's willing to stop him before his goals and the organization's goals and the society's goals successfully bear fruit. He's very optimistic, very sharp, and very 12th level headed, and very, very smart, and very, very intelligent, extremely immortal, and extremely powerful, dangerous, deadly, but still loving and still open-minded and very, very open and very, very open. He has eyes and ears across the sacred universe and across the rest of the sacred worlds, planets, and civilization. His greatest allies are the Universal Heroes and the Phoenician Hunters and the World Heroes, which he gratefully exactly respects, and he's willing also to protect them. He's willing also to go to such extremes to protecting them and to convince the sacred worlds and the other known worlds that they are allies and that they are good superheroes with good great intentions of protecting and preserving the sacred universe's worlds and history, and also maintaining sacred peace and sacred balance and sacred harmony towards humanity, planet Earth, the sacred universe, the sacred universe and the sacred world, and the solar system and the known universe as well. Well, guys, and also the Power King is a superhero and a high-ranking member of the United Heroes, of the great United Heroes as well. Well, guys, that's it for today. I'll actually see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful, bright day and a great, great day indeed. Take care of yourself and be happy and stay true to yourself, and may God bless you, and stay true to yourself and may God bless you. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you tomorrow, and enjoy yourself, and love you all, and be happy and stay safe and stay bright and stay sharp and be very, very optimistic and love yourself. Love your support. Like and subscribe. Keep doing that. Still continue to view my shorts and my long YouTube videos and from TikTok as well. I appreciate all your support. Keep doing that. It truly, truly, totally means a lot to me. Have a wonderful, great week and a great, great week and a great week and a blessed week. May God protect you and stay with you. Stay safe. Truly grateful. May God bless you all. Bye. Bye. Bye.